What's up, guys? Egna here, and today we are going to be discussing the new insect, the dead leaf insect, I believe it's called. Yes, dead leaf mantis, sorry. Let's get ready to do it. Alright, guys, so like I said in the little intro, today we're going to be talking about the new insect, the dead leaf mantis. But before we get into that, usual shenanigans, this video is sponsored by AppToy, where using my code EGNA6 you can get anywhere from 5 to 65% off all in-game purchases. Great way to be able to save money to be able to get this particular one. It's a new code, it happens about every month, so make sure you got the right code in so that way you can get an instant guaranteed 5 additional percent off all in-game purchases. So head on over to AppToy. The full description of how to do so will be down in the description down below. Also down below will be links to my Discord and various other links, so you can go ahead and join us there to be able to get updates on when the new codes are, and various help and stuff for any in-game questions that you might have. It's a very helpful community, and everybody loves to help people out. Speaking to help people out, it would really help me out, and I hate being one of the YouTubers that asks for that, but hit that like, hit that subscribe, comment, because there's still 66% of you guys that watch my content on a weekly basis and have not subscribed, have not hit that like button, have not commented. It really helps me out. It allows me to know what kind of content you guys want me to keep creating. It allows me to know what direction you guys would prefer this channel to go, as well as it just promotes me overall. So I would really appreciate it if you guys would hit that like, hit that subscribe. It really is a big help. Alright, so let's get on into it. So as you can see, I actually already bought it. So we'll go over the basics first. When a troop contains a shooter squad plus critical damage 5%. So shooters crit quite a bit, so that additional 5% crit damage is actually pretty high. It does help quite a bit. Helper bonus when leading. When oh, that's my helper. Never mind. When leading any soldier ant, the chance of triggering the elite effect plus 70%. So every 2 rounds, select and buffs the special ant on our side that has dealt the highest damage up until now. Increases its crit rate and piercing effect by 25%. Converts 10% of the damage it deals into squad power for our squad with the lowest power. The effect lasts until the skill triggers again. Okay, so that's pretty nice. So it's increasing the crit rate by 25% and the pierce effect by 25%. Both are really helpful in PvE, but also PvP. Crit rate is very hard to come by, and obviously if you have a critical hit on any of your ants, it's obviously going to do more damage. So being able to increase it by 25%, and then you have the 5% damage that you get from the base bonus of the ant, very, very effective. The increase in the squad power, whatever. I don't really care about that. Alright, then you just have the normal basics. So then let's get into the insect talent tree. So they didn't want this one to be too overpowered. So they did it a lot like they did with the last Guardian, the Platy, whatever one that they did. So we'll get into that. So the first big one, during the battle, greatly reduces the first 3 skill damage from all enemy squads by 30%, reduces the skill defense by 40% for the entire battle. That's pretty big, especially for shooters when you're facing carriers and such, with the dodge rate and all the reductions that you can get from a carrier march. That's huge, even versus like a Guardian shooter. So that's something you definitely want to keep your eye on. Alright, and then you have, in the first 4 rounds, all of our squads gain skill defense plus 32%, normal attack resistance plus 16%. Skill defense, awesome, especially if you're facing somebody that has a likewise build, has EJ, Silver Saharan, etc., that are all skill based. that's going to be a huge bonus. I mean, it's 32% for the first 4 rounds. Normal attack damage resistance. For those that are still running like the Dolly Weaver Wise Zerka combo, you're able to have a counter against that. Alright, has a 50% chance to mark a random enemy squad each round, reducing all of its attributes by 25%. When a squad deals skill damage to this marked enemy squad, there's an 80% chance to convert 25% of that skill damage into their skill power. And into their squad power, sorry. The biggest part is the reducing the attributes. That's a nice thing, and it's a 50% chance to be able to reduce it. So that's a big bonus. All right, and then in the last 4 rounds, the skill damage of all of our squads increased by 4% for each round. This effect is stackable. So that means 16%. So in PvE or such, or as you get close to the end of the battle, you're increasing what your already available damage is. So that's pretty nice. So now the one thing is though is as far as for PvE, the Gladiator Mantis, I think I have to do some testing. I haven't had the chance to yet, but I believe the Gladiator Mantis will still overall perform better in PvE. However, this is going to be a close second, and honestly, like I said, I got to test because it might be above the Gladiator Mantis as far as that. In PvP, this is absolutely awesome. Obviously, it's going to be the most useful for shooters, as it's a shooter synergy, or a GSS like I run. So that is my opinion on that. And then, of course, you got the talent trees, which you can see that control effect of squads ignore 5% of the target squad's control resistance. All squads critical damage plus 10%. During the battle, there's a 20% chance to increase the damage dealt by all squads by 10%. Damage taken by the frontline squad in the first round is reduced by 10%, which is great for guarding shooter. Damage dealt by the backline squad in the first round is increased by 10%. Trigger chance of skills in the middle line squad in the first round are increased by 7.5%. Healing effect received by our squads is increased by 5%. We don't really care about that. And then during the battle, there's a 20% chance to reduce the damage taken by all squads by 10%. So those are all huge attributes, and it makes it a really worthwhile, honestly. And then if you have it paired up with the helper bug system, it gives you even more probability of being able to hit hard very early and basically wipe them out. So I definitely think that is a great insect that they have added. Let me know what you think down in the comments down below. And Agni is out. Hope this helped. We'll see you in the next. Oh wait, no, we won't, because I forgot to say about the other smaller ones, huh? So with some of the smaller ones, you got the basics like counter effect, normal attack damage, reduction anyway. Skill damage taken in the front line 6%. Skill damage dealt by the back line plus 6%. When the battle starts, increase the attack and defense of our back line by insect star level times 3%. So if you have it at 11, you're looking at a 33% increase. Skill damage of all squads plus 9%. All soldier control resistance chance plus 6%. So like I was saying, like this, all in all, this is a really get in there, destroy them in the early rounds, get out type of insect, which is great because that's how shooters have always been meant to be. So like I said, I think this is a great addition. I think that the devs did good with this one. Let me know what you think down in the comments down below. And Agni is out. We'll see you in the next one.